Twilight Gets a Puppy. By TDR. Chapter 80. Dog Showstoppers. Part 3. The next day. Fan. Spike asked, looking over the list before him. Check. Scootaloo stated, holding up the fan. 6 wooden planks. 4x8 plywood, a box of nails, 4 cans of paint, 4 brushes. Spike stated. Check. Apple Bloom said. Instructions how to use: 6 planks, 4x8 plywood, a box of nails, 4 cans of paint, and 4 brushes. Spike questioned. Check, surprisingly. Sweetie Belle offered. Assorted fabrics and tools. Spike questioned. Check. Apple Bloom offered. A murderous rarity likely showing up later for Sweetie Belle. Spike listed. Also check. Scootaloo chimed in as Sweetie Belle grumbled. 1 copy of ghosts, goblins, and ghoulish figures. Spike blinked. Wait, I brought that. Check. So we still need to set up the costumes, dance moves, and scenery. Scootaloo listed. Right, so, as Apple Bloom is working on the scenery, Sweetie Belle on the song and music, and Scootaloo on the dance. Spike questioned. Forget that, I'm doing the costumes and scenery. I wanna do design stuff like my sister. Sweetie Belle argued. No way am I gonna sing in front of a crowd. I wanna do an awesome rock ballad. Scootaloo chimed in. Apple Bloom can deal with the dancing. I'm not much of a dancer. Apple Bloom admitted, but I do like kung fu. What about Spike? I'm good with whatever. I'm not bad at playing piano and I can help out behind the scenes. Spike shrugged. Ross may love the limelight, but I'm more than happy to sit out of it. Okay, so you can be the roadie? Sweetie Belle offered. The what? Spike questioned. A roadie. His whole job is to make someone else look good, keep someone else safe, help someone else do what they were put here to do. A good roadie stays out of the spotlight. If he's doing his job right, you don't even know he's there. Once in a while he might step on stage just to fix a problem, to set something right. But then before you even realize he was there or what he did, he's gone. Sweetie Belle answered. Oh, a stage hoof. Spike shrugged. Yeah, works for me. This should be great. Asterisk. Maybe I spoke too soon, Spike muttered as Apple Bloom flipped around, crashing into Scootaloo. Woof. Ross asked from where he sat next to Spike in the shade of the treehouse. I tried helping them, but they wanted to do it themselves. Spike sighed, wincing as Scootaloo tried helping Apple Bloom with her dance moves, only for the farm filly to spin off and crash into a tree. I'm okay. Apple Bloom called. Bark. Ross pointed out at Apple Bloom. I know how to waltz and a bit of fancy hoof work. Spike rolled his eyes. I'm pretty sure she's trying for slam dancing or some new age rock stuff. Woof. Avant-garde, yeah, that's it. Spike agreed, looking over and flinched as Scootaloo bashed her head against the keyboard. Bork. Ross pointed out. It's fine, my piano's been through worse than that. Thanks for hauling it out here for us. Spike offered and Ross nodded. Woof, yep. Ross explained. Yeah, come to think of it, she has been gone a while. Did you remember to put air holes in the box? Ross nodded as Spike considered. Maybe next time we should just ship her to Big Mac and see what happens. Ross snorted in amusement as Spike laughed. Come back, come back. Sweetie Belle yelled as she chased after a roll of lavender fabric that bounced across the field. Dumb fabric. Spike glanced over to Ross and frowned. What, not going to tell me I should help her out too? Ross shrugged, knowing his brother wasn't much of a tailor, and perked his ears as Sweetie Belle and Scootaloo started talking about the music. Both Ross and Spike turned their attention to Sweetie Belle as she started to sing. Ross' ears perked up as he blinked. Woof. Ross asked as soon as the filly finished. Now she wants to be like her sister. I don't think she likes singing with how much she seems to want to avoid it. Spike sighed watching as Sweetie Belle ran off chasing after the bolt of fabric rolling towards the hole that used to be a pond. Uh-oh, Rarity's not gonna be happy. Spike winced. Asterisk. Ross fluffed out the last of the cloth bolt, hanging it over the line. Thankfully with the group's penchant for tree sap, Applejack had repaired an old well on this side of the farm, so cleaning the cloth free of mud was easy enough. The little unicorn filly didn't object to the brothers helping her out with that, though she refused to listen to even the simplistic aid Ross could offer with sewing. As such, the presentation of a completed outfit with 5 legs was met with some amusement, mostly from Ross, who was doing his best to refrain from making a stallion's 5th leg joke around the foals and Spike. He'd never hear the end of it from Twilight if she caught wind of it, or Spike repeated the joke. Apple Bloom, who had crashed nearby not long after Sweetie Belle showed off her work, suggested she use the dress form they had taken from Rarity's shop. Also, Apple Bloom added, "Ya might wanna clean your brush off between different colors of paint." The small group looked over at the brown backgrounds that seemed to be houses and trees that Sweetie had been working on earlier. "Oh. I was wondering why all the colors looked like mud," Sweetie Belle commented. You're not using power tools, are you?" Apple Bloom asked apprehensively. Asterisk. Applejack muttered to herself as she walked away from the clubhouse. She had no idea what she had just witnessed. However, the girls seemed excited and even Spike seemed ready to go with it. Applejack had been cornered by the fillies and thankfully missed out on having to lie by the fillies misunderstanding her lack of response. She trotted back through the fields, wincing a little as some of the noise from the fillies' practice still reached her ears. Stopping, she noticed that the nearest apple tree to the clubhouse was shaking. She frowned, trotting over to it and whirled about to give it a good hard buck, expecting Rainbow Dash to be sleeping in the branches again. It was a surprise then when it was Ross who fell out of the tree with a yelp. The moondog crashed to the ground with a whine, his paws covering his ears as another high-pitched strain of singing crossed the field. "Sorry 'bout that, thought you was Rainbow." Applejack winced. "Ah, take it ya saw tha act," Ross whined. "I'll take that as a yes." Applejack sighed. "Well, at least it's almost over. That talent show's tomorrow, ain't it?" Ross grumbled. "Figured. Chwe still lost in postage?" Applejack asked as Ross nodded. "Well, buck up. Maybe tha full show won't be as bad," Applejack offered. Ross simply glared at her. "Too optimistic, hey?" Applejack smiled sheepishly. Author's note. And another chapter away. The last chapter is already written and it will likely be posted tomorrow. End author's note. End chapter 80. Dog Showstoppers. Part 3.